What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode where we go live. So on this week's episode, I have for you something that I don't normally do. So this is a demo track that I'm being hired to make sound more professional, so they can attract a singer. Now, or a vocalist. I'm not sure what they're going for. Singer-songwriter, metal, whatever. They're just writing songs in different genres so they can attract a good singer. And this happens to be one of the tracks that they sent me. Is more of a rocky track, like, compared to similar like Tool. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we have this song, and I'm working on it right now. I am trying to make the drums cut through a little better. By drums, I mean the kick and the snare and probably the toms when he does a tom roll. I have separated here. I asked them to give me a cymbal track and a drum track where it's the... So because they had own MIDI drum kit and they only had a stereo out, I wanted the cymbals to one side and the drums to the other side. So the bleed from the cymbals doesn't affect the drums. I can compress them differently. So when I asked for that, it made everything kind of streamlined. They played it as best as they could. There's some parts that I replaced with other parts of the track. I bring one part of one track over to this because it just sounded better. And then he did, excuse me, 3 guitar tracks. And I chopped them up and made them kind of the dynamic part of the track as of right now. Now, there's going to be vocals eventually added to this track, hopefully, if they attract a vocalist. And like I said, excuse me again. Anyway, so let's get into it and I'll show you what I got going on. Okay. So let's just listen to the beginning, I guess. There seem like there's some timing issues here. Let's look at this. Weird. He's late. He's late. Let me all right. Let's listen to the bass here. Let's So now that we've listened to it, I kind of want to get into what I'm doing to this track. So basically, they've told me that timing wise, this fits really, really well. So I'm not going to go in and correct each section. This is a demo track. If we want to get it more polished, we're going to spend more time on it. What I'm trying to do right now is bring out the power in the kick and the snare and the toms, which I think I've actually kind of did before I started the stream. Anyway, I'll show you that process. Let's look at that for a second here. Sorry, I can't seem to clear my throat. Okay, so if I unfreeze this, we have all of this. And I'm going to just shut all this off here. We're going to go. Oh, we need to keep this one on. Oh, that's the bass. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn all this shit on. There's a major difference. Let's open this one up. So this one's just some EQ. Let's see what it sounds like with just that on. Okay, so that made it fat, all right? Now we're gonna check this out. So then this is the next stage where I've got a glue compressor and I'm just driving the audio into the glue compressor. And then I thought it was a little too bassy, so I took some bass away. Here's that. And it's still a little bassy. We're hitting the limiter pretty damn hard there. Let's figure out what to do with that. Is that on the one track that I'm working on? It is. Okay, so it's a little too crunchy there. So this is where it's crunchy, right here. Okay, so we know it's not the limiter, it's not anything, it's just we're crunchy up in here. So let's take that down a peg. Damn it. It was somewhere in here, wasn't it? Now I gotta find that spot. That sounded good. Okay, this is a good spot too. This is that spot. I found it. Hey! Where did I want to boost that one spot? This is so difficult to work with, like the drums as a whole, as opposed to having each track on their own mic'd up, or each sample on their own track. That sounds pretty good. Let's freeze that. I injured myself working on my car. I hurt my rib. Ouch. Okay. We are frozen. Back out of this. Okay. This is going to be kind of a fun thing. So you guys want to see where it originally started? Okay, so this is how they give the tracks to me. So I just kind of go off what they did and kind of how they want it to sound. So this is the original track, and it's just like they're musicians, so they're going to play it really good. They're not going to know how to do everything that I know how to do. Here's theirs. Not bad at all. You're going to hear the difference now. Might be a little loud. All the vocals. Okay, let me explain what's happening here. So you see this curve, how it's bassy and trebly, but it doesn't have the vocal here, right, where the vocal would sit. So, because the vocal isn't there, the track is completely unbalanced. The bass is too much. The treble is just a little bit high. If the vocal was present, this would balance everything out. So when the vocals are there and finally recorded, it's going to make everything sound and look way more balanced on this curve right here. So that's kind of what's happening right here. And you can gauge your own tracks like that too. And I have this free Master Rack 2.0. You can download it on my website. Links on my website. I'm sure you'll be able to find it if you go to my page somewhere. They're not in these videos because I don't have my copy and paste thing. Maybe I should put that. That reminds me. I'm gonna make sure I do that this week. I'll put my my video stuff, my video description on my OBS so that I can stream with the full description. I can list my products in the description then. Alright, so we've taken this track far from here. Do you see how for like the verse I still keep it stereo but I bring them in a bit more? It's just a little trick I like to do even when they want it more intimate. So like you can see that it's stereo. But it doesn't really feel like it. This feels super wide. And this is the cool part right here. I heard some weird timing issues. Okay, I'm not hearing it soon enough. There's a little bit of delay from this one to that one to this. So many delays. Is it the bass? It is the bass. Okay, so these two instruments are clashing a little bit still right here. What am I gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? This is going to be a pro trick right here. We are going to duck the bass out of the way when the kick is happening. But we're only gonna do it about there. We're gonna do dynamic. Watch this. This is going to be great. External. 5. This isn't going to work quite yet, so I have to... Okay, so what I'm going to have to do... Watch this. I'm going to have to duplicate. Solo this, and then this. Then I'm going to have to, where am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? On 5, we're going to put another neutron. And I'm going to cut it down so I can only hear. Okay, so I'm going to make that the side chain. We're going to just see if that works. Oh, that's not it. We need to do that here. Perfect. All right. So now let's listen to this. Mute this. And now we can turn our bass up without it getting too bassy. A little too loud. All right. It's still not bassy enough. I'm taking too much away. Okay. We need to cut the bass on that. That is just too low. I need like, no. I don't want to do a low shelf and I want to like taper it off. Did you hear the sound it made? Listen to that. Listen to that. It like swoops up. See, that's why you don't want to use a low pass or a high pass filter on a low cut high pass filter on the low end. It's gonna do some weird stuff to the low end. It's gonna cause phase issues in the left and right speakers, and it's not gonna be the same. So don't do that. What the hell? What is that? Whoa. What is this over here? It's like swooping in. The difference, okay. So I'm going to show you the differences between these two kicks here. So this kick has a fade in. Whew, whew. Sounds like the beater sucks. This kick does not. Take this kick. Gonna overlay it as best as I can. Okay, so if I were to make this into a professional sounding track, I would take and replace every single drum hit in here. But now that I know, I'm going to rename perfect kick. I found the perfect kick in their track. I can use that and replace any kick I want. That doesn't sound, let's say, appropriate to me. These swoops. And that sounded kind of phasey. And that's where you can tell the samples are fake. Listen to that. I mean, it's alright, but it just... Let me just add some flavor to this bass here. Alright, I know it's going through a whole lot right now, but we're about to make it go through bass amp. Let's get going on that. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I don't care if you guys are excited. Screw you guys. I'm going home. No, we're going to grab a bass. Bass Pro. Let's try compressing this. actually have control over the compression. Let's use a FET compressor. All right, so I don't want this one playing on here. And this is the original at that spot. Just sounds like a mess right here. I didn't even EQ this yet. Let's get some EQ going on for cymbals now. All right. Alright, let's listen to the intro. I don't think you guys heard the intro yet. Alright, so my goal here is to create something that doesn't take a long time for me to mix, because we're trying to keep the price low, because we're going to do a whole lot of these pre-production demos. So that's kind of the goal that I'm going for right now, is just keeping the budget low. I don't want to fix too many timing mistakes. I'm trying to replace it with different parts of the other takes. Let's find something that's perfectly in time. And let's just do this. Perfect. Whoa! Look at that! It almost perfectly spit. Let's see how that sounds. Let's do something like this. It would be better if I did it like this. A little bit better. Perfect. Okay. See if they got all the offending hits. Hey! Let's do some saturation. Get my grit box. Okay, so what I'm using here is EQ, emphasis, and de-emphasis. So I've just got a saturator here that I've labeled grit. It's really nothing special, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to emphasize certain frequencies that hit the saturator first with the soft clip function on, and I've got all this kind of tuned up so I can just turn knobs and make it easy. And basically after I saturate those frequencies, it's going to be little, loud, and overpowering, so I want to take out those exact frequencies with an inverted scaled EQ. So if you're still following, I don't want to lose any of you. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just left with that saturation, a really, really cool part. So let's just see what's happening here. And I can change the style of saturation. I think I like Seinfeld the most, with a very drastic, emphasized all right, I like what we got going on here. Let's see what it sounds like with the rest of the mix. You can really hear the hits now. And there's some flub. Let me get rid of that. Know how that low end sits now. Yeah! Watch what happens when I mute the bass. That's completely empty. So those guitars sound completely different. Listen. And it's because they were different takes. He played them the whole way through each take, and he's a good performer, so that made really easy for me to be able to splice in parts that were just a little bit out of time. You can see I had some work tracks here that I muted, and I just moved stuff around and was trying to line it up just right. But pretty much all this is just done in one take for him. He's got a bunch of other stuff over here that we're not going to worry about because this is what he chose to work with. But this is pretty much it. I have the best luck if people send me Ableton sessions, just because I can really, really, really get into it with my Ableton. And and put all of my special effect racks that I built for these purposes. And then I, of course, at the end of it, I use my Master Rack 2.0. I do have a 3.0, but I wasn't sure. Um, I wasn't sure about sending it over with that because it was made with a newer version of Ableton, and I'm pretty sure all of this is in the older version of Ableton, so I was able to send this back to the artist. But if I were really to get into it, I would like to use my own mastering rack 3.0, which is right here. And it's got a little bit more cooler things. I've got gain knob, a limiter knob. I made this a little bit better is what I did, but we're not going to get into that. There's a video out there on my channel. You can watch it if you want, but this is what the Master Rack does. And so yes, I have been kind of mixing into this, but I mixed the song first and then I threw this on right at the end of it. And I've already sent a copy to the artist, and he's got some mixed notes, but I have some things I wanted to get in here and do. And I figured I could show you guys a little bit of this track and some of the work that I encounter in my day-to-day life. But this is the interesting part right here, because it didn't actually look like this. It looked like this, and the chugs weren't actually as pronounced. Let me try to play you what it was before. And it was off. It was bad, so I had to fix it. And it felt a little bit rushed, but with the other guitar part, it doesn't seem that bad. And see, it's all about making the demo as good as you possibly can without doing too much work to it. And this is kind of the product that they wanted to go with right now. I mean, I could polish it up and make a ton more changes to it, but really all it's going to do is make me work harder right now when I'm going to have to do all that work all over again when we do the final version of this track. So I'm treating this like a really good pre-production demo that we can professionally make into a track afterwards, something to just line stuff up to. But we're going to play each individual part of the track when we do that. And hopefully at that point I'll be in my new studio all set up and you guys will be checking me out in the new studio. But yeah, until then we're still here in comfortable this comfortable mixing room right here. So I mean I do enjoy this place, and it's at home, so you can't really beat that. But there are a lot of advantages to having an external studio, such as bringing artists there that wanted to record where I just didn't have the room to house a whole band. I mean, I do have like a living room out there and stuff, but it's really it's a house. You know what I'm saying? It's a house. So like I can't have a million people over here. I could have like a couple members of a band running their parts, but then the vibe just isn't there. So I can do a lot cooler things with a live room where I can actually mic up a drum set or even do like MIDI drums with each individual MIDI note going into my computer, and I use like Easy Drummer or something to that effect. That's what we've been discussing lately just to get on this. But anyway, let's get back to the track, and after that we're going to wrap it up because we're about 43 minutes in. I want to finish this and we'll see what's going on. All right, so I have some other rock tracks that are a bit more professional that I would like to show you guys, but if you'd like to see that, leave a comment, please, because I'm going to be working on some of Grip's tracks next, and that's a thing. Let me handle this real quick. Let me shoot. All right, I took care of that. Damn it. Anyway, all right, so if you have a track that sounds like this, and you want it to sound like that, you can definitely hit me up, email me, and I will help you out. I will stay within your budget. We can make some sort of product where I can export even stems and just hand you back something that you can plug into your DAW. So we'll see what's going on with that if you guys email me. I have clients like this all the time that need some things done like this to attract a singer, so to speak. Anyway, I think let's listen. It sounds so weird without anything. See, those little ghost notes that he's hitting sound weird on their own, don't they? But with the cymbals, it sounds so perfect. See what happened there? Do you see that sharp uptick, and then this is a swoop? I'm going to label 2 perfect kicks, because I don't know what I'm going to get into if I want to save this kick for them, or I think we're going to go a different route on the next track, and it might be even more streamlined. I will definitely be showing that. Maybe you guys want to check out what to do to the bass here. So this is his E bass modern thing that obviously my first cut, and then I did some gain stuff. I wanted to boost where the string action was on this one. Ran it through guitar ring. You guys watched me do that. And then this one, obviously that's my first cut, but I've added a ton of bass with these two. This is my secret weapon for bass. If you guys really, really, really want to make your bass hit, you got to separate it and treat them like 2 separate instruments that you combine later. Listen to this. Okay, let me not turn everything off. I'll turn these 2 off, all right? So this is what it sounds like before, now after these 2 EQs. Now with the top end of the bass, that's a nice rock tone, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Now if I'm muted, it sounds empty. See? It's going crazy on the cymbals here. Coming up. We're doing good. You want to see what that is? Let's look at this. It's literally just a swooping EQ. With a little boost from one spot. Listen to that. It makes such a difference. So muddy. Shut everything off. see what this sounds like. Oh man, it just sounds so dumb. Wow. Hey, I think that's pretty much all I'm going to do to this demo. If I decide to do more, I might clue you guys in. I might record it. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. But I can't wait when I'm actually in the new studio and you guys get to see it. It's going to be really cool. There's going to be, I'm going to be moving some of the, like, the acoustic treatment in here, like the stuff up on the ceiling and stuff. I'm going to take that down. I'm going to take the stuff off the walls. I mean, these two will probably stay here. And I'm going to move a desk over here. This desk is going to go in the new studio probably. But there's a few things that are going to stay behind. Like probably maybe this piano. I do have another piano at a buddy's house I could grab and leave that behind. But I want all my nice stuff in the new studio. But the monitors are going to go. Push is going to go. That piano is for sure going to be there. There's going to be, like, the guitars, everything's going to go except for, like, a small mixing setup. I'll have a couple things up on the wall, enough to do a backdrop video, but pretty much everything's going to go in the new studio because I'm going to be able to record up to, 8 different things at the same time. And with MIDI drums, I'm going to be able to do a whole lot of band work. Like, I'm going to be able to charge low amounts because of how many instruments I can record at the same time. So it'll be a time thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, if you're a band or a vocalist in Minnesota and you want some, if you're a vocalist and you like this song and you want to work with this band, contact me. I'll put you in touch with the right people. Anyway, if you are a musician or an artist or in a band and you're looking for someone to mix your demos even, I will do that for cheap. I will stay within your budget and we'll make something. This only took me a good, like, maybe an hour and a half before that. I was doing it before you guys were there. And I did spend a little bit of time on this because these guys are my friends. And, if you become my friend, I'll spend a little time on yours too. Anyway, I like doing this. So if you come with me with the song that I like, I'm going to help you out regardless. All right? So anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I have a video dropping this week. It's about phase and polarity if you know anything about it. If you don't, watch it. It's a good one. Anyway.